Maryland Twisters Blackout success here so far at the cheerleading world. They took home 7th in both 2022 and 2023. This team has no podium finishes yet. And I say yet with confidence because I think that this team could really go out on the mat and bring home that gold medal.
No, they're good. They're a strong team. They're a really strong team. So, you know, what they got to do, go out there and hit. If they can go out there and hit, they put themselves in position to reach those goals that we all know that they have.
Absolutely, and they're coming off of a big win at CCD, so they got that first place feeling under their belt. I bet you they're feeling really confident rolling into Worlds.
Yeah, and that's what you need. You get a strong win under your belt. It just changes the vibe of the team. Like, everyone starts to feel it, everyone starts to believe, and it can really change your practices and then, you know, how that momentum builds for you to go and take the stage.
Absolutely, and it's so important that these teams put out their very best performance. They've been working hard all season long. This is the pinnacle, the culmination of their entire season. So all of them have really been putting in the work to lead up to this.
And they actually look pretty calm backstage, right? You know, you read the body language of the teams. Oh, these guys look really nervous, but they look calm, confident, right? She's waving at us. Hey, we see you.
They do look excited. I know their coaches are getting set at the front of the house. And a couple of times you guys may have noticed, you see those coaches hold up their arms in a big O motion, right? A big zero motion, as we would call it, for the teams that hit zero. Jason, what does it mean for a team to hit zero?
That means they went through that routine and hit a zero deduction routine, right? So no deductions. You know, we hit zero, right? Lots of people think that's a bad thing. Like, you hit zero?
Right. I would feel like in any other sport, hitting zero kind of sounds like a bad thing. But in cheerleading, it's a great thing,
yeah, great
right?
thing. Yeah, exactly. So we're trying to hit zero out there. I like seeing those dads with those shirts that say, my bank account just hit zero.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, shout out to all the cheer dads paying for cheer out there. We love you guys, too.
Like we said, the fans are getting set. You see some F5 shirts again. We saw them compete earlier today in that senior medium division. And here we go, the ladies of Blackout from Maryland Twisters.
Here we go. All right, Blackout, let's see what we got. Here we go. Oh, nice strong basket in the opening. Got the tumbling there. That looked really good. The wonderfuls, we had the doubles right before that. Now, one thing you want to do as a team is you want to do something in the opening that get the judges to sit up in their seats and pay attention, and that is exactly what they are doing right now.
Absolutely. So many double fulls on display just out of the gate. Awesome job.
Here we go. Let's get into this elite section. Full up, express up. There we go. Compose. Great job, great fight, great decision there from the stunt group to keep that stunt in the air.
Yes, we love to see smart cheerleading, and coaches know it too, right? They're behind them saying, great job, great decisions, let's keep pushing, talk to each other.
Because that can totally change the vibe, like just keeping that stunt in the air or letting it fall. Great job, 1.5 through to double. Let's go. Here we go, moving into our next stunt section right here. TikTok full around to air best, very nicely done. High to high heel stretches. Now, we've been saying high to high all day, but you know, you might not know what a high to high is. That's a TikTok when we release from one foot to the other at the high or the extended position. So a high to high TikTok right there. Great job with those kick double baskets.
Pushing straight into this running, tumbling. Again, we see several synchronized passes. That is so hard to synchronize every single skill that they're competing across the floor.
Yeah, and then we saw a front handspring front layout. That was a front handspring front tuck, but earlier front handspring front layout, super impressive. We rarely see that skill out here in all-star cheerleading.
A very unique pass.
Well, she put her crown on. Let's go. Nicely done as we get into this pyramid section. Everyone's flipping. Toss over to the other group. Back to the group with a front twist.
Resetting here for this final structure.
Yep, hand to hands. Pop through with a quarter twist to one leg.
And every single athlete on the mat was involved in that skill. Super impressive.
Hey, there's not that many of them out there. They got to. This is not medium. This is not large. This is small, baby. We see you all. Let's go. Loved it. Great routine, ladies.
Yes, great first performance from Maryland Twisters Blackout. Again, in the semifinals, we will get to see them take the stage again tomorrow in finals. They've got a couple of areas that they could clean up, but overall, it was a super strong performance. Let's take a look at some of the top moments from that routine.
Coming out strong, confidence. Here we are. We're at the World Championships, baby.
I think that's the moment that it really sinks in,
yeah,
right?
Oh, we're here. No turning back. Flip express ups right here. Now, great save right there. Way to be composed. They said, don't do the TikTok. Let's just stay in the air. Really good job. And then they transition into this pyramid dismount.
Keying up the second part of their elite stunt.
Here we go. And here's where they did the TikTok full arounds to arabesque, I believe. So they're in that low lib. TikTok. So they switch feet and twist at the same time, and then again to those high-to-high TikToks right there, body line. So very good job there.
And the goal of those skills, right, not only is the top girl performing twists and tricks with her feet, but the bases are also staying planted. You'll see minimal movement in those feet. They really want to lock in and stay solid underneath them.
Yep. We go into this pyramidal inversion. I love that. So they went to the inversion, they backflipped, and then did the half twist right there. Super cool. And I like that ripple because they went from rewinds on the outside, then the next group flipped, and then the middle group flipped. So like, hey, everyone's going to flip right here.
There they are backstage watching their routine.
Yeah, talking through it.
This is a great chance for them to really take a step back and watch the routine from a 50,000-foot view, right? When you're on that mat, you are in charge of yourself, your group. You know how your routine is going, but it's nice to be able to take a look at what happened across the floor that you didn't get to see while you were out there.
So true. As an athlete, you know, you're so focused on yourself and, you know, doing your stunts, doing your tumbling, and you don't really know how it looked overall.
Absolutely. Right? The amount of times that I got off the floor, I turned to my teammate and said, did we hit?
Did we hit?
I don't know. I think we did. I hit. Did you hit?
Yeah, did we hit? Yeah. And, you know, back when I cheered, we didn't have a replay.
Absolutely. So this is that time that they are, you know, able to really take in those routines. We're going to give them a few minutes to compose themselves. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll be back with all of the action in the Level 6 Small Senior Division in just a few moments.
Let's go.
Hi, I'm Maddie Braum, and I'm so excited to be joining the Flo fam for the broadcast of the 2025 Cheerleading Worlds. When I think about competing at the Cheerleading Worlds, I think of all of my times competing at Worlds with East Celebrity Elite. It was definitely my most memorable moments. It brings me back to when I fell in love with cheer. My first time competing at Worlds was in 2015, and ever since then, I've always remembered those moments, and I'm grateful for every single time I've ever competed, and I'm so excited to be there and to be with all my people. I think what makes competing on the world stage extremely special is getting to be able to compete with your team. You work so hard all season to get to that point of competing on the world stage, so when you finally get to that moment, it's so exciting to be with your team, finally hoping that all of your hard work will pay off, and just being with your brothers and sisters and doing the best that you can. My favorite standout Worlds memory is probably competing with ECE C5 in 2015 when we brought home the first ever medium co-ed Worlds win for East Celebrity Elite. It was really, really exciting, and probably competing my senior year in 2019 with Bombshells as well.
Everyone, welcome back to the 2025 Cheerleading Worlds. We are live right here at the ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex at the Walt Disney World Resort.
Hopefully you guys have been watching all day, and you guys already know that I'm Jason Larkins, host of the Let's Talk Cheer podcast and cheer director at American Cheer. And still on my left, Jessica Leffler.
Yes, we have been here all day watching the action, and also joining our team. You guys just learned a little bit more about her, Maddie Braum. We also had Jada earlier today. Maddie, you're backstage right now with the team that just took the mat.
Thank you so much. I am backstage with Maryland Twisters Blackout, and I wanted to ask you guys got your bid at CCD. What changes have you guys made from then to now?
Recently, like, we've had a lot of like stunt changes in, what did you say, second stunt?
Yes, second
and
stunt.
new like motions and a lot of things that we've had to like work on together to get right and perfect.
You said mindset change. Tell me a little bit more about that.
We're just trying to promote a positive attitude to always do our best on the mat and in practice. If you guys want to add a little bit more to that.
Yeah, and to help with that, we did this thing where we each brought a chain to practice, and we linked them together to like show that we were all connected and like we were locked in from the start.
I absolutely love that. A bond is very, very important within a team, so I love that for you guys. And amazing job today. Wishing you guys the best of luck going in tomorrow. Thank you. Back to the studio.